When do you think we're going to start to see electric tow trucks?
Aha. Uh,
Hmm.
I mean, there are some sort of hybrids at this point that are out there. They're working on the new semis
Hmm.
to for longevity purposes. Obviously, a semi driver, delivers freight or picks up freight from point A and takes it to point B, or delivers product, all across Canada and U.S. And it is sort of that. I guess the distance at which people want to be able to drive 1,000 kilometers or X amount of kilometers is the expectation of a consumer. Where the reality is most people probably don't drive more than 100 kilometers a day with
Right.
any vehicle. Most times there are exceptions. With a tow truck in particular, or other commercial vehicles, we have a lot of idle time where potentially we've arrived on a scene and it's a motor vehicle accident or some sort of situation where we require several hours to do a cleanup or a recovery, or to provide assistance, to that
Hmm.
particular situation. So there's a lot of idle time there, and we're having to use what's called a PTO
Yeah.
to operate the hydraulic equipment. When we need to operate that equipment, it has to draw from some sort of power source. So, the initial issue with electric tow trucks is what kind of charge, what kind of distance can we get when we're providing these ad hoc services on the side of the road. If a gentleman has 50% charge left, and that maybe equates to like 100 kilometers, but he is being sent to a police call or an ad hoc call that
Hmm.
comes in, maybe the fire department's called, and he arrives on scene, and that's 100 feet down the embankment. Well, that's a couple hour scenario that needs to be addressed. So that's where I think the problems will lie. We can't be in the middle of doing a recovery and then the truck just quits. And now we've got a truck stuck and a vehicle stuck. So just a bit more time, I think, needs to be taken
Yeah.
for manufacturers to develop how they can go about providing this product to the towing industry specifically, I guess,
Yeah.
where we're able to use um, the trucks for extended periods of time.
Right.
Now, I know that there's been some electric hybrid, I guess, vehicles that they've been talking about, like where they're using hydrogen as a backup. So essentially, you have maybe a 200-kilometer charge, and then if you have to go past that, it dips into the hydrogen system. So there's definitely people out there working on different ways to make a commercial vehicle viable to be used in an electric way, but still provides the services that we need to.